YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I am Christian and this is my channel, Christian Not Religion. It's my YouTube / podcast series where I go over my experience of being an 11-year spiritual devotee and hopefully delivering you some type of value. If you're accumulating information now, later, or for another life cycle, this information is a gift from the Lord Almighty. Glory be to thee. And I'm just giving it back to you guys. Today, I want to touch on the topic of demystifying the idea of spiritual awareness and the pursuits of enlightenment, which is actually just removing the obstacle of things that's blocking enlightenment. You only are subject to what you give your attention to, so you're only manifesting the things that you are giving your attention to. So for example, if you identify with a specific culture or like a brand of toothpaste, or you have like an orange cat, or if you have children, or if you have like a dog, all of those things are things I like to call windows of attention and attachments. The way it works with karma is that you're either mastering the mind or you're mastering the heart, or you're aligning both at the same time. Karma is the totality of all things that preceded this moment within the universe. So all things that preceded this moment within the universe are the things that we are experiencing. I've said this on another video, probably all 3 other videos, that you are not the human body, you are the witness of its functions. Meaning that you are energy. You are experiencing the meridian body. You're not actually experiencing the human body itself. You're basically just going over all of the things that preceded this moment, which is basically all of your choices, your habits, things that you love, and all of your attachments. Going through the process of unattaching yourself for those things so they can decompress. The human experience is going through the karmic consequences of Adam and Eve throughout all of time. So we are only just experiencing the karmic consequences of Adam and Eve throughout all of time. Biggest elephant in the room in attachment for being a human being is the idea of separation. The idea that I'm separate from you and you're separate from me. That is the biggest obstacle for human beings to overcome. And a few things that contribute to that being an obstacle is gravity itself. All things that you give your attention to, or things that you perceive that you need for your survival, or the idea of you needing to gain something in order to sustain a happy life, or to feel as if that you have completed something in this life cycle, those are all belief systems. That all of that is something that's being finessed by the dark night of the soul, which is the ego itself. It's finessing the human body at 1/10 of a second, and it's keeping up this idea of reality. Remember that science is the authority for the world of form, and the mystic is the authority of the world of the formless. We as human beings have been conditioned as a collective to give more attention to the world of form instead of mastering the world of the formless. The way that you can easily master the world of the formless is by accepting that first, you are only experiencing the things that you have given your attention to. The things you have given your attention to somewhat has hypnotized the mind itself into this idea of reality. So it's up to you to unattach yourself from the things that preceded this moment and to surrender those things to the Lord Almighty. When things surface from the solar plexus, as things arise, it's up to you to decompress those things and to surrender them without claiming them. The human body is like a tea kettle. So once you unattach yourself from the thing that you had given your attention to for your survival, it's going to surface. And once that pressure within the solar plexus surfaces, it decompresses itself all of its own because of your intent. We are the witness that all of this is happening of its own. Meaning the only real power of being a human being is setting an intent to let go of wanting to control the outcome of things. Because in all reality, it's doing its own thing anyway. So to have an opinion or to be judgmental towards something outside of yourself is an indication that a part of you is holding on to something that you just have to decompress. When things surface within, you just have to let go of the resistance as it surfaces, and it surfaces to the top. So usually people who are mastering the heart are more on the passive side. So they're more of what people consider fem energy, which is not feminine energy, it's just nurturing energy. To classify yin energy as fem is a description of something, and that is a human limitation. To classify yang energy as masculinity is a description of something, and that's a human limitation. It's neither. To identify with male or female is a human limitation. It's neither. It's just energy. To classify things as male and female is coming out of the paradigm of description for the intellect to position itself to take a position. Is nurturing energy and get it done energy. It's not neither fem or masculinity. But people who identify with the human body as who they are, they classify those things and they cherish those things. But in our reality, in the space of non-duality, it makes no difference if it's male energy or female energy. It's all one and the same thing. The difficulty is accepting that first, this is all doing its own thing, and then secondly, you're only the witness of its functions. To blow past wanting to control the outcome of something or wanting to be right about something is coming out of an energy field of thinkingness itself. So thinkingness itself is streaming all of its own. It's not that difficult to become the witness of thoughts and to disconnect from attaching yourself to thoughts as if they're your own, simply by just removing the thing that's stimulating the solar plexus. People just have a preceding pattern of thinking that they're getting ahead or gaining something, and you're not gaining anything and you're not getting ahead, and all of that is just like a form of resistance. Say for instance, so when you're driving and then you stop, people get upset that you stopped, meaning that the mind is flowing of its own and it doesn't want to be disrupted from doing something. And when you stop the mind from doing this, it becomes annoyed because once you actually sit, the energy within starts to rise. Mind is working at 1/10 of a second to take ownership so it can play victim at a later time. Evolutionary track of being human is accepting that at one point in time, human beings did have to gain things in order to survive. It's a lot easier to watch Animal Planet and to see lions, bears, and tigers in their natural environment, but it's harder to see yourself as that lion and that bear in its natural environment. The only difference is that you're not an animal. You're not the animal. You're the witness of its functions. That's a primitive part of the human brain. The idea that you need to gain more in order to survive is a negative belief system, quite honestly, and it really is the root of a lot of agony for a lot of people. So the only thing you really have to do is just decompress the energy in the solar plexus as it arises and stop identifying with the human body as if that's the person you are when you start the process of purification. So when you start the process of purification, the magnetic field of unconditional love is pulling the thing within the solar plexus that needs to be decompressed. That's literally what's happening. So when you start the process of purification, the intent of wanting to heal triggers the field of consciousness itself. And what happens is the magnetic field of energy from consciousness within itself starts to pull you. And the more you decompress things and the more you unattach things from your attention, what happens is the energy and the power starts to grow on the nervous system itself. This body is carrying a ton of power, and that's because there is a preceding pattern of letting go of things, people, and ideas and belief systems away from an idea of something and just allowing it to be. So every time you do that, what goes around comes around. You're only repeating the last thing you did. So if I have a preceding pattern of consistently letting go, that's training the mind itself to always let go of resistance itself. Super simple. So there's a magnetic field of energy that's pulling energy from the solar plexus, and it's decompressing itself all of its own. It's actually really simple, guys. Like, I love sharing these things with you guys because of how simple it is. You just have to be willing to unattach yourself from things that you're giving your attention to. You're only subject to what you give your attention to. That's how powerful the human brain is. And it's up to you to set the intent, if that is your intent, to become aware of things and habits that aren't serving a purpose in your life in this moment. What served a purpose then in your life may not be serving a purpose now in your life, but it's up to you to have enough courage to realize, hey, wait, I've undid my negative karma with this situation. If it's work, if it's a relationship, if it's a family member, if it's with a pet, if it's with food, if it's with anything, it's up to you to realize, hey, wait, I don't have to give this my attention anymore because I undid my negative karma, and I can move on to the next level of awareness. Each level is different. Either you're mastering the heart, or you're mastering the mind, or you're simultaneously aligning both. You will intuitively be able to intuit when you're mastering the heart and the mind at the same time. It becomes very, very obvious because ultra yin energy is more of nurturing energy, and ultra yang energy is more of get it done energy. So you're either in the middle right now of mastering the heart, or you're in the middle of mastering the mind. What people perceive as fem energy is yin energy, and what people perceive as yang energy is masculine energy. So you're either in that mode in your life of the get it done energy, or you're in that mode of being nurturing towards life. And what happens is what goes around comes around, and the way you undo your negative karma within both of those spaces is by being graceful towards all things outside of yourself, because they are not separate from you. That's all I got. Mad simple. Either you're mastering the heart or the mind. And the way that you undo your negative karma in either of those spaces is by simply being graceful and setting an intent once the process of purification starts to allow energy within the solar plexus to rise and to decompress of its own. So moving forward on this channel, I am actually in the middle of transitioning to Arizona. I am getting out of Chicago finally, and I will be bringing you guys along a journey of me transitioning out of Chicago to Arizona. I've been planning this for a very, very, very long time, and I'm super, super happy to finally be able to take a road trip and to get out of the city life and really, really ground myself in the presence of the spirit and unattaching myself from this environment. I'm unattaching myself from this environment in order for me to be able to master another environment. It's simple. So I have set this intent for a very long time, and karmically, this is just where the spirit is at. So Arizona, here I come. I'm super excited, and I'll be bringing you guys along. But I want you guys to leave in the comments, what do you think you're at in your life? Are you mastering the heart right now, which is more yin energy, more nurturing energy? Or are you mastering the mind, which is more yang energy, masculine energy, getting it done energy? Please leave that in a comment, and I really did enjoy this video today. I hope to see you guys on the next video. I post Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on this channel, and if this is your first time coming across this content, welcome to my channel. I am Christian. This is Christian Not Religion, and I basically give back my 11 years of being a spiritual devotee to all of humanity for this life cycle, next life cycle, or maybe another lifetime. Who knows? This is information that I'm just giving back for the greater good of all, and hopefully this provides you some type of value. I appreciate you guys for checking out the content on this channel, and I will see you guys on the next video.